Am I the only one that kind of wished that Grogu was the next big Star Wars villain? Like maybe he became the next Palpatine or something like that. Let's not forget he was eating those unborn frog creatures in season 2 of The Mandalorian. The dude didn't even look guilty. Honestly, the only thing that he probably regrets is not seasoning the egg frogs before munching on them. I mean, honestly, I don't even think Sith Lords would go that far. But I know what you guys might be wondering. Why is this guy ranting on about Grogu and him becoming evil? Well, that's the same question that I ask myself. I don't know how this started, but here we are. Before we get straight into today's video, if you guys are interested in gaming content, we do have a very small gaming channel. I will put a link in the description to that if you guys want to check it out. In today's video, I wanted to explore some action figures from the Star Wars Black Series that we might be getting soon. This is more of a speculation video because we have been seeing them be a little bit more open to exploring the Clone Wars. We are getting an Ahsoka, we're getting the Magna Guard, we just got the Jesse action figure as well. So I just wanted to speculate on what other Clone Wars action figures we could be receiving from the Star Wars Black Series line. Again, this is my personal take, my opinion on what characters we could potentially see in the very near future from the Star Wars Black Series based on the Clone Wars era. We do prefer the animated series, but even if we get some stuff based on the film, I don't think anybody would be that irate over it. So let's get straight into it. The first one that we really want to see and that I do feel like has a potential to land very soon is the Super Battle Droid. We have seen this in a smaller scale. These were available around the 1/18th scale. And then we have seen them at the 1/6 scale, which is closer to like 12 inches. I believe Sideshow manufactured a few of these a while back. It's crazy to think that we have yet to receive a 1/12 scale or a 6-inch version of this particular action figure. I know Bandai has been teasing their own iteration of this character, but it has now been about 3 years since we first saw it, and we've seen it at multiple conventions. And again, it has yet to be released, so I'm not sure if there's some licensing issue or maybe something wrong with the product itself. But regardless, it's a very essential part of the Clone Wars era, and the fact that we still haven't received one in that scale is completely baffling to me. The only good news that I can see from the Star Wars Black Series and Hasbro as a whole is the fact that they are willing to give us new sculpts. We just saw the Magna Guard. Maybe they could potentially reuse pieces of that particular droid, maybe his legs and arms. And even if they don't reuse any pieces of that particular droid, at least we have some hope down the road that this could potentially be coming, just simply based on the fact that they are giving us brand new molds that they have never done before, which I know is very rare for Hasbro to do, but just the fact that they're showcasing the willingness to do it, I think it's very good news for those of us that are big Star Wars fans. The next figure that I actually wanted to talk about is another great army builder, albeit it would probably have to be a deluxe release, and it would definitely be a little bit more expensive than, say, a battle droid. We are talking about the Droid Deckas. Granted, this doesn't seem like a simple figure to work on. It seems like it'll be an engineering nightmare. We have seen some model kits on eBay come out that are based on this particular droid, but not only are they a hassle to put together, but they are relatively expensive. You would easily be spending anywhere from $80 to $100, including taxes and shipping fees. So again, not only is it really difficult to put together and very time consuming, but on top of that, it's incredibly expensive, which basically makes army building almost impossible at that price point. And I know I've been beating this to death, but I point at the fact that we just got the Magna Guard as a perfect example of Hasbro willing to expand. Yes, they will take advantage of any opportunity that they can to reuse body molds and just do minor repaints and retweaks here and there, but obviously the Droid Decka would be a brand new action figure. But I think this is a perfect opportunity because they really are showing that willingness. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I'm not sure if it's, a big CEO or just the fans are getting enough push there, but they do seem to be a little bit more willing than in previous years. So it's another one of those figures that I think has quite a bit of a long shot, but I do believe that we could potentially see one very soon. The next action figure that I think we definitely will be receiving very soon is a Clone Wars era Yoda. Now, there's a bunch of reuse possibility for this particular action figure. I think the only new thing that they could maybe add here and there would probably be a new paint job and a new head sculpt, but they already have the body molds from previous waves This one is really easy to port into the Black Series line. One of the bigger issues that Hasbro usually runs into when it comes down to the Clone Wars is having that balance. They're not going to go all out and give you guys a very stylized animated version of the character. They're going to throw some realism at it along with some flavor of the Clone Wars animated series. I think they have to find that perfect balance, and with Yoda I think it's a little bit more difficult, but I think they can land it. And we have received a plethora of different Yodas, but never an accurate Clone Wars style Yoda. And because it's very easy to throw this figure together, they already have body molds and they already have the different techniques down. I think this one would be a very easy character to receive, but very welcome, especially considering we already have quite a few Clone Wars characters from the Black Series. I think it would only be correct to receive a Clone Wars accurate Yoda. I also think we're very close to receiving a Clone Wars accurate Obi-Wan as well as an Anakin. I know we technically received those Target exclusive action figures, what was it, about like 3 to 4 years ago now, but I clearly remember them being impossible to find, not only online on the website but also in person. The three main characters of that particular wave, being Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Echo, have all gone up to absolutely ridiculous prices online, so it's only fitting for Hasbro to re-release these, as I mentioned, especially considering they have been releasing a lot of Clone Wars action figures. I think now is a perfect time to explore bringing these back, maybe just some new minor repaints, a new head sculpt. I think in most situations people would lose their minds over a re-release like this, but considering how expensive it's gotten on the third-party marketplace, I don't think there will be many complaints, especially for the newcomers that are jumping into the hobby just recently, or even for those that want an extra Obi-Wan or an extra Anakin, or for those that want upgraded versions of both characters, maybe with updated paint applications, or like I mentioned, probably a brand new head sculpt. And it's only fitting considering we're getting Anakin's Padawan, Ahsoka, so it would be a perfect time to bring the old school team back together. There are definitely some deeper cuts that I could get into, but I would honestly be rambling on for over 10 to 20 minutes, so I'll keep this short and simple. I think those are some of the characters, some of the action figures that we could potentially be receiving very soon, and I'm talking maybe within the next few months. I don't think that they would roll out a Clone Wars animated Ahsoka or any of the newer updated clone troopers without giving us some of the mainstays in the line. Again, just my personal opinion. I don't have any insider information. I literally know nobody at Hasbro. This video is basically just a gut feeling, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know down in the comment section what Clone Wars action figure you want and which one you think we will be receiving this year or early next year. I'm very curious to see all of your guys' responses. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. We have a lot more action figure content coming at you guys. We are moving to a brand new place, so we will be updating the display, so stay tuned for that. As always, if you guys enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.